Hey there, West Michigan meteorologist Samantha Jacks.
And I'm meteorologist Blake Hansen, and overall we are focusing on the remnants of Beryl.
Yes, now former Hurricane Beryl's moisture is tracking towards us here in West Michigan. We call it extratropical rainfall, and really that's just a fancy way of saying heavy, significant rain making it to West Michigan. Because of this, the National Weather Service has already gone ahead and issued a flood watch. It goes into effect at 11 p.m. tonight and continues on until 8 p.m. Wednesday evening.
And all of these flood watches, all the shaded in green, extends from northern Arkansas all the way through Missouri, Illinois, parts of Indiana, and now into lower Michigan. And you can really just see that is the trek of what's left of Beryl.
And of course, losing some of its strength as it makes it towards us, but not enough not to warrant that flood watch to go into effect. And there you can see it making landfall as a Cat 1 yesterday afternoon, or yesterday early morning, I should say, and how quickly it's already raced up to the north and east, now inbound towards us.
It's lost a lot of its tropical characteristics per se, but it's still bringing in a lot of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf is wide open, and we're seeing this system allow its moisture to come with it. And usually what happens, and we see this all the time, Sam, in these more robust low pressure systems, while the general trek of Beryl will continue to the north and east across portions of Missouri, Illinois, and eventually trek right through Metro Detroit, what we usually see is that the best moisture, the greatest amount of moisture, is on that northwest side of that low pressure system.
Which is right where we're at here in Grand Rapids. You can see these darker shades of red, yellow, oranges, and purples even starting to mix in there. And those darker shades are indicating where we could see potentially some flooding come from this system overall. Now that rainfall, it's going to begin as early as 6 o'clock tonight, and it will continue on all throughout the afternoon hours tomorrow. And yesterday we talked a lot about the potential deviation in the track. You know, will we be on that northwesterly side? Will we see the significant rainfall? And models are coming into focus.
Yeah, it's all coming together. So we have pretty much honed in on the track of what's going to be left of Beryl. We know the moisture is there, and now the model agreement is also there with how much rain we'll see. In each one of these individual models, we have our in-house graph model, the European model that we talk about all the time.
We love the Euro here at 13 on your side.
And then we have our high-resolution HER model, and all of these, while they vary a little bit in with amounts, the expectation is still there that places from roughly that Holland, Grand Rapids, so let's say Greenville line, that line to the south and east, that is what's favoring the greatest amount of rain. And we're talking inches of rainfall. And I think a fair saying right now is 2 to 4 plus inches.
Absolutely. There will likely be localized pockets of higher than 4 inches. Where that sets up, we don't have the confidence. But what we do have the confidence in is what we call a really sharp gradient. And I know in the weather world we use that word a lot. And what that means is that there's just going to be a really tight drop off in terms of our numbers. So you head towards Ludington, Big Rapids, Fremont, Muskegon, and all of our various models show the same exact thing. They've got 2/10 of an inch to a half an inch of rain. That's manageable, right? We get that in a run-of-the-mill thunderstorm that rolls through. But what we see is a very tight gradient jumping from that half inch to nearly 2 inches of rainfall. And that, of course, is going to make this forecast a little bit on the trickier side, but overall it's those northwestern counties that get left out of the bulk of the threat. Yeah,
they'll see some rain tomorrow. It will water the grass and stuff, but it won't be anything that's different from another rainy day.
Which is great because they got hit the hardest from our windstorm a few weeks ago, so let's give them a little bit of grace there in terms of the impacts.
Yeah, the timing of this comes in is a little bit quicker. I think this system is a bit more progressive. We've been noticing that all morning long, Sam. And this will bring in rain along I-94 as soon as this evening before the sun sets. But overnight, this is the middle of the night tonight. And widespread rain across the board. Of course, you can see the heaviest rainfall situated right around I-96 to the south and east, a little bit lighter to the north. But everyone will see rain overnight, and just continues into tomorrow. We're still feeding in all of that moisture from the Gulf.
All the way up until maybe as late as 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. So this could be up to 18 hours worth of continuous rainfall, which is where flooding comes to play. It's not necessarily, it's the short window of time that it's happening in. It's that it just keeps raining and keeps raining. And that doesn't allow our drainage systems, the sewers, to keep up with it the way that it would, because there won't be enough breaks in the rain, which is is where flooding starts to become a concern. Now, a little bit of a tighter look here at our rainfall totals overall. Here you can see this is probably the model we have the most confidence in right now, giving that Kalamazoo region by as early as 7 o'clock tomorrow morning nearly 3 inches of rain, and then we funnel into that 2 to 4 inch range by the time we round out your Wednesday.
And it's one of those things, yes, summertime, it's very fickle with who has seen a lot of rain and who hasn't with those individual thunderstorms, but we're in no drought.
No.
So our ground is pretty saturated in many spots. And yeah, when you see 2 to 4+ inches of rain, and there'll likely be some spots closer to I-94 in excess of 4 inches, an 18, 24-hour span, there'll be some issues in those typical low-lying spots. If you know that your backyard is prone to flooding.
Yes, if you live along one of the rivers that typically floods, that's another area.
You're going to contend with issues. And of course, from a driving standpoint, there will be some ponding on the roads.
Absolutely.
Back roads will be, if you live off a gravel road, dirt road, it'll be impacted tomorrow with how much rain is going to fall. Just something to keep in mind. It's going to be an inconvenient day by far tomorrow for many.
Yeah, and where that 4+ inch line sets up, that's still a little bit uncertain. We could see that shift. We could see it shift over to the Metro Detroit region, Lansing, Howell, Kalamazoo, but we can't exclude places like Grand Rapids, Ionia, Holland from seeing that much rainfall. So yes, it's going to be a stormy day in sight as we head into tomorrow. Those clouds will be funneling in, bringing plenty of rainfall. And of course, you can submit your rainfall totals, any weather reports to us, any cool pictures that come along with it to 616-559-1310. Reporting for the 13 on your side Weather Department, I'm meteorologist Sam Jacks.
And I'm Blake Hansen. We'll have you covered over the next 24 hours. Chief Meteorologist George Lessons will be here later this evening. He'll have the latest as that rain starts to roll on in.